30% or 30% of the down payment you have in cash. Kasi that's a good sign na you're good with money management. Kasi kaya mong ipunin yung down payment. Tapos, ang next advice ko is to shop around kung magkano yung magiging monthly amortization mo sa loan. And my advice is to never get more than 15 years. No? May mga home loan kasi na 20, 25 years, 30 years. Sabi ko, naku, ang laki na ng babayaran mo interest niyan. Tapos sobrang tagal mo pang babayaran. No? So, 15 years or less, ideally 10-year loan. If you can afford yung monthly amortization for that based sa cash flow mo, then I would say go ahead. Yung real estate property, yung nagdi-dictate kung paano mo pinaplano yung future mo eh. So, that's
Parang doon nakasentro
always
yung plano mo dahil doon.
Oo. Kasi nakabili na sila sa Ortigas. They are going to build a life in that area, di ba? So, siyempre, I would say na parang napaaga yung pag-choose nila doon sa location na yon, no? So, yung pala hindi pa talaga sila 100% na decided na dito na tayo magpapalaki ng family, and yung guy pala is looking for a better career opportunity in other other companies, and considering sa yung mga offices sa ibang city. So sabi ko, sayang, sa loob ko lang, hindi ko na sinabi sa kanya. Sabi sa loob ko, sayang yung opportunity, no. It would have been an easier decision if they were just renting at that time, no. So yun.
Right. Yeah, may mga pros and cons talaga eh. If you buy, nalilimit na yung flexibility. And again, yung personal finance, it's personal, and even your decision kung magre-rent ka and magbabay. And ang ganda ng sinabi mong guideline, no, na afford mo na at talagang nakita mo na dito ka na talaga titira. Pero let's say, dumating na sa point na nandun na nga, na gusto na nila mag-settle down doon. Okay, yung community, paano mo i-reconcile with your finances? May certain level of threshold ka ba ng finances in buying? Or do you advise to take a loan? So, how do you normally advise people na at least nandun na sa decision na talagang gusto nilang bumili ng bahay?
Unang-una, I would advise at least 30% or 30% of the down payment you have in cash. Kasi that's a good sign na you're good with money management. Kasi kaya mong ipunin yung down payment. Tapos, ang next advice ko is to shop around kung magkano yung magiging monthly amortization mo sa loan. And my advice is to never get more than 15 years, no? May mga home loan kasi na 20, 25 years, 30 years. Sabi ko, naku, ang laki na ng babayaran mo interest niyan. Tapos sobrang tagal mo pang babayaran, no? So, 15 years or less, ideally 10-year loan. If you can afford yung monthly amortization for that based sa cash flow mo, then I would say go ahead. I understand that it's always better to pay in cash, but the reality is not everyone is that rich. So, if it's really something that you want, minimum is 30%. Yung iba kasing financing, 20% na down payment, okay na. Pero para sa akin, subukan nyo hanggang 30%, no? Kasi mas maganda mas mababa yung interest na babayaran mo sa loan mo. But aside from that, 15 years or less lang yung term. So if you cannot afford that, then probably it's not yet time for you to buy, or probably you need to choose a more affordable property. So yun yung again, these are just starting guidelines. When you sit down and work on the numbers and know the actual situation of the client, sometimes my advice will change, no? But the general rule is that 30% down payment, and you can afford the monthly amortization for a 15-year or less na loan.
Right. Ang ganda ng tip na yun, no? Para kasi hindi nila kuhanin yung mga 30 years, which in the long run, ang laki ng interest. And maganda nga yung di ba, yung flexibility ng renting. Since we are talking about real estate, no? So, bibili ng property, any parang pros and cons in buying a house or buying a condo? Assuming na parang open yung nagko-consult sa'yo na, hindi, okay naman sa amin pareho bahay and then condo kasi somehow proximity. Pero like sa'yo, anong mas maganda for you? Condo or house?
Meron akong bias towards condominium as a place where I will live, no? Simply because ang condominium usually nasa heart of the city, no? Nasa urban areas. So, syempre, walking distance yung supermarket, alam mo yon, accessible yung mall, etc. It's the accessibility for me na pwedeng maglakad or magbisikleta lang dun sa mga lugar na kailangan kong puntahan. Of course, I know people, I have friends na they prefer houses kasi sa house, meron kang backyard, meron kang gated subdivision, so mas secure, especially if you have toddlers, di ba? And they also like yung sense of community kasi pag house, usually may kapitbahay, the very traditional Filipino culture na, alam mo yun, naglalaro sa kalsada, yung mga anak mo, nagbibigayan ng ulam, yung mga kapitbahay, etc. So, it really depends kung ano yung preference mo. Ako, I prefer yung condo kasi I don't really see the need for me to form a sense of community doon sa mga katabi kong unit kasi I have my own social circles. So, doon ako kumukuha ng sense of community with my friends in other groups. Tapos, hindi ko kailangan ng backyard. Usually naman, ang condominium merong, di ba, merong clubhouse, no? So, sabi ko, okay na sa akin to, etc. It really depends on the person. But if you will ask me, mas preferred ko yung condo. But talking to clients, there are people who prefer houses over condo and vice versa. And that's the beauty of personal finance. Whatever you like, let's try to find a way to afford that.
Yeah. So, napaplano siya. Kaya, again, guys, reach out to Fitz Villafuerte. Ilalagay natin yung mga links niya sa description para at least you can follow him, you can ask him, and marami tayong nalalaman in terms of finances. Speaking of yung finances again, no, like, kasi